Alright, we're gonna settle this once and for all. Silverback gorilla versus grizzly bear. Who would win? And I'm gonna warn you guys, it's not even close. A silverback gorilla is like if you took the world's strongest man and made him a wild animal that probably bench presses the grizzly bear's weight for its warm-up. Like, for some reason I feel threatened looking at this photo. They're the largest ape, growing up to 6 feet tall and up to 450 pounds. And that's 450 pounds of pure muscle. And for the record, the average silverback is 10 times stronger than the average man. But here's the thing about gorillas. As big and strong as they are, to be honest, they don't have a very good fighting build. If you think about a gorilla and all of its weapons, what are its strong suits? Well, definitely size and strength. And that will undeniably help, but where I think the gorilla lacks the most is in its durability. Living in the warm tropical rainforests of Central Africa, they never developed any thick layers of fur or fat, or really any layers of protection at all. Especially in vital areas like their chest and stomach, which is literally being protected by exposed skin. And behind that is most of their internal organs. So that means any large claws from an animal would have no problem piercing through and inflicting serious damage. So that's the biggest weakness of the gorilla, but they do have one secret weapon that a lot of people miss, and that is their bite force. They can have a bite force of up to 1300 psi along with very sharp canines. Guys, a 1300 pound bite force is actually bone crushing and is even stronger than a grizzly bear's bite force. However, opposite to a gorilla, grizzly bears have to deal with the harsh winters of North America, so they developed very thick layers of fur and fat to preserve heat. This doubles as built-in body armor for fighting, which makes them super durable. Bears fight each other all the time, and they literally tear each other apart, and they don't get injured. This is thanks to all those protective layers of skin and fat. It just makes them so durable. You can see in this clip, they're taking multiple bites and scratches from each other, and they just tank it and keep fighting. I don't think the gorilla would be able to do the same. They just aren't built to endure that much trauma. Also, if we look at the hand of a gorilla next to the paw of a grizzly bear, what do you notice? Well, notice how the grizzly bear has 4-inch daggers on each paw, and those are meant for shredding and tearing into animals, as we clearly saw before. And I haven't even mentioned the size of a grizzly. Large males can range anywhere from 600 to 1,000 pounds, and 600 is on the smaller side, which is still 150 pounds bigger than a large silverback. So the silverback is up against something that can be double its size. I don't think there's a picture of a silverback gorilla standing next to a grizzly bear, but if there was, you guys would really get a sense of how much bigger a grizzly bear is. And I don't think a lot of people realize just how big a grizzly bear is. This is an animal that can stand up to 10 feet tall on its hind legs, people. Just try and picture that right now. Honestly, I can try and compare their size and strength and durability all I want, but at the end of the day, guys, it's predator versus prey. A grizzly bear is a predator. It hunts things. It knows how to kill things. It needs to kill and eat things for its own survival. It's a predator. That's what this type of animal does. So why am I telling you this? Because gorillas are mostly herbivores. They eat plants and occasionally insects, so they don't know how to kill large animals with efficiency the same way a grizzly bear does. So now the gorilla is up against something that's a predator and can be double its size. Oh yeah, and those canines aren't even used for killing things. They're mostly used for intimidation purposes. There's just nothing that the gorilla really has over the grizzly bear. But after comparing the two, it's time to pick a winner, and if you couldn't tell, if I didn't make it obvious enough already, guys, I'm picking the grizzly bear. The grizzly bear wins this one, and honestly, it's not even close. I see this debate a lot on podcasts and various YouTube videos and comment sections, and it's always interesting how much gorillas are overestimated in their fighting capabilities. It's like people think the gorilla would just Hulk smash the bear into pieces, and they say that like a grizzly bear couldn't do the same. The grizzly bear is just much bigger, arguably stronger, and has all the teeth and claws that it needs to win, but this isn't even like up for debate. This is just one-sided. In fact, what I think would be a much better matchup would be American black bear versus gorilla. I think that's a way better, way closer matchup than putting a grizzly bear up against a gorilla. So let me know if you guys want to see that one next. Alright, enough rambling. It's time to give these animals their combat skill ratings, which is a rating I give them out of 10 based on their size, strength, speed, durability, fight IQ, plus any special abilities that they might have. The silverback gorilla scored a 7.3. You gotta give it some credit for its size and strength, but I don't think it's getting much higher than that. The grizzly bear scored an 8.5. They're just all around good in every category. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you want to see next, and yeah, that's all I got for today, guys. See ya.